Hi guys, I'll do one more this morning while I think about it. Talking about alcoholism is related to this. Most of these people also were alcoholic. My mother's boyfriend was alcoholic. But if you have a drink, which I never did, but now it's this big focus on alcoholism. And certainly on my ex-husband's side, they were all alcoholic. Certainly his cousin's mother, I believe cousins, and I'm trying to think of it, I haven't had any sleep, but she recently, Barbara, passed away of alcoholism. I went to see her son because he drove the car in our wedding. And of course, he was going to call the cops on me, John Cuddy. And of course, his cousin is one of the police officers that were involved. So this is the kind of stuff that goes on in a small town. So you certainly can't get any justice. This Barbara, his cousin, there was a lot of alcoholism on that side of the family too. My ex-husband's side, my ex-husband drank excessively. I would say he's alcoholic. He got progressively worse, and he has family members, Flanagans, on his side that all were alcoholic, and certainly his cousin Barbara passed away of alcoholism. I personally don't like talking about people. I certainly never did. I didn't think it was any of my business, and certainly things are private. But what these people do is they all got together, they made a bunch of horrible things, and I ended up losing all my assets. And it happened to my sister-in-law. She's alcoholic, she's a drunk, she's in and out of bars. Certainly, if you tempt as a woman to go out after 20 years, I never went anywhere without my ex-husband. I was very isolated. I didn't do anything. So certainly, you're divorced for 5 years. You go out after years of being told you don't drink. They would pick on me all the time. I was usually, after a while, the idea of being a designated driver. So I always drove because he had so many toys and there were so many, times of coordinating, whether it's motorcycles, snowmobiles, the boat, different things. Certainly when he went to Canada, that he was always drinking. That could have been easily proven. It could have been easily proven the amount of alcohol that he bought every week. It could be easily proven with all this stuff, but they don't do due diligence because it becomes a big joke with law enforcement. I never drank. And certainly after you divorce, you think, okay, you can go out for a drink, which I tried to do. I was roofied numerous times to make it look like I drank. And so they'll start all standing around saying, oh, you're a drunk, you're a drunk. And they did the same thing to my sister-in-law. And certainly after 5 years, my ex-husband was already married within the year. He was already seeing this woman. Here it is 10 years, and I can't even get stable enough in an apartment so I can pursue maybe meeting someone, resuming my career, doing what I need to do to live my life. Meanwhile, these people laugh and joke and have a good time, and they have throughout my marriage. They all knew each other. It is certainly behind my back, and certainly it continues to go on. It continues. He can have a good old time with all his friends causing trouble, and I still sit here, living like this. Sleeping on the floor. They break things. They come into the apartment. They do things. They get these other people involved that I don't even know. I didn't even have any business with, and it continues. So certainly they're allowed to move on with their lives. Certainly everything should be divided first, and then if there's criminal implications or accusations, then you proceed to get a criminal attorney. I can't tell you how many attorneys I tried to get. Well, that's not, divorce law, or that's not this, or that's not that. They'll constantly, tell you that they're not involved in that, or that's not part of what they do, or this is not their jurisdiction, this is not that, because they already have an agenda. They already have an agenda to put it all through. You end up with nothing, and the harassment and the escalating continues. Whether it's the smear campaign, whether it's the fact you can't get an apartment, whether they've taken your car away, your kids away, and numerous other things, destroyed your career, your business, get other people to harass and mob and do things, and it continues. It continues. And that's why post-separation abuse should be taken more seriously than it is, because he's allowed to be remarried within the year, move on with his life, do whatever he wants, and I'm still just trying to get safe housing. Still. let alone, go forward with my life, maybe have a drink, maybe go out and meet someone, and maybe move forward with my life. Be safe, guys.